Hi guys, in this video I want to show you how the G-Portal Gamecloud works and why it is the best option for your game server. Thanks for tuning in and sorry for my rusty English, I don't get to talk that much unfortunately. I know why you're here. I did have root servers and I tried a lot of game servers before I stayed with G-Portal, and of course there's reasons for it. First I want to thank the guys at G-Portal for sponsoring this video so I can do this showcase for you. If you want to get your own game server, check the video description for a 5% discount link. And that being said, let's get into the action. As soon as you got your own G-Portal account, you can start renting servers. That is PC servers and also PS4 servers. And if we click on this game server button here, we get to see the game overview, and those are all the games you can rent servers for at G-Portal. Let's say we want a Counter-Strike server, let's say Counter-Strike Source, so we click on order. This is the price per slot, and if we click on order, we can order now, and we can select the slots we want to have. Every game needs a certain amount of hardware, of course, and this amount of hardware already allows 4 players. If you want more players, you need more hardware, and that obviously increases the cost. So let's say we want a 10-slot source server, and that's €6 for 30 days. You can also rent it for 365 days. That's a lot cheaper, but for test purposes, I would say we take a 3-day test server, and that's a lot more expensive, of course, because the server has to be set up and so on and so forth. So we click on continue, and that brings us into the payment page, and there you can decide how to pay the server. And that's one thing that is absolutely awesome about G-Portal. You don't have any subscription, everything works prepaid. So you can see I got €40 on this account, and if I want to rent the server, I just go on pay with credit. Of course, I could use all these other payment options, or I could go to recharge credit and recharge, let's say €50 for the next few weeks. But since I got €40, let's just get it with our prepaid money. So we click on order and on activate now. And that's the moment when your server gets created. Now we go to the game server configuration. That brings us into our My Servers page. And that's our new game cloud here. That's the cloud I just ordered. The Counter-Strike Source server gets installed. As you can see, I got another game cloud with ARK servers. And I could also get this Counter-Strike server in this cloud, which is the better option because it's a little bit cheaper, but for testing purposes I created this new game cloud. And with this game cloud you can do everything you want. You don't need to do this step we just did anytime again. You can go on your server and configure everything, which is super nice. For example, you can go to basic settings, and there are most of the settings. I have no idea how a Counter-Strike Source server works. I never set up one, so that's just for testing purposes. Here you have the config files. You can just click on one and load it, and then you can change everything in here, which is mostly the same settings like these ones. So if you know how to do it, you can do it right in the config files. You have the console, so you can send messages to the server. And you have this MySQL tab, which you got already in, I think, status. Yeah, you can see the load of your server. And here you got your FTP logins and, of course, MySQL. So the next tab would be System, where you can add new restart points for your server. So let's say we wanted to restart at 6 AM, which is probably quite a good time. So you can set a description. Let's just call this one number 1 and save it. and then the servers should restart every day at 6 o'clock in the morning. Of course, you can add new entries and you can edit this one, and you can back up your server, and there's the auto update function, which is always activated. So if you don't want your server to upgrade, if there's a new version for the game coming on Steam, then deactivate this and press save. And if we go back, we can see there are even more tabs, like the map tab, where you can choose your maps and also probably download modded maps. I'm not sure about that because I don't have any idea about Counter-Strike, as I said. But you also have the options to install mods, for example, with ARK. That's no issue at all. You can install every mod you want. And you can also give permissions to other users. So everyone you know who has a G-Portal account, you can add him to this permission tab. So he has all the options you got on this server, but he only has access to your server settings and not to your Gamecloud. So if you go back to our Gamecloud, my servers, he can't change the slot number of your Gamecloud or anything like that. But he could go in here and change the basic settings and the slot numbers of the server. He could do that. So he can do everything in here you can do. And if you should have any issues with your server, the ticket system of G-Portal is absolutely insane. You will get support in just a few minutes. Just get a ticket in here for your game server. So that would be Counter-Strike. Where is it? Somewhere. Counter-Strike source. And yeah, create your ticket and they will help you out in just a few minutes. Even though I'm partnered with G-Portal, I'm using this ticket system for virtually any game server related issue I have. So that is how these servers work, but you don't know yet how the Gamecloud works. So let's check out the Gamecloud. Let's say you were me and you don't even want to play Counter-Strike Source. It was just a test to set up a server. So then let's delete it because we don't need it. Accept. And now we got this Gamecloud, which we paid for 1 month. No, we didn't pay for 1 month. We did pay for 3 days actually. And we got 2 days, 23 hours and so on left. You can always check that. And yeah, we have this cloud and we want to use it for something different. Not Counter-Strike Source, but maybe, let's say, ARMA 2. So we select the slot number. ARMA 2, we want a 10 slot server again. So we select 10 slots and we create the server. So that takes a moment and the server is installing. So we can use these 10 slots for whatever server we want. And that's just awesome, isn't it? So maybe we don't even want ARMA 2, but we want something a little bit different, like let's say we get another ARK server. That's the moment where I am realizing that there are a lot of games missing in here. And I never played around that much actually. So if we check up here with my ARK server Gamecloud, we can get an ARMA 2 server, no problem. So I guess that's one issue because we just got this very small Gamecloud for Counter-Strike Source. So the problem probably is that we chose to get a game with very little hardware usage, which is very cheap. And now we want a server for a game which is very hardware intensive like ARK, and that doesn't work. So if you get a completely different game, then just get another Gamecloud, I'd say. So if you check up here with the ARK Gamecloud, I can get virtually every game G-Portal offers. I think those are all games G-Portal offers. If you get an expensive game like ARK, you can get every other server you want. But I would just get another Gamecloud if you want to play a completely different game. That's something I never tried, so that's very interesting. And if you check here, there is automatically extend activated. If you do not want to extend, you just go on do not extend and then the Gamecloud will not extend after those 3 days. So in 2 days and 23 hours, or moreover 24 hours, so the full 3 days nearly, the Gamecloud will just be deleted. It will stay for, I think, a few days, so you can reactivate it if you want to, but if you don't, it will get deleted. And if you don't have any credits, it's the same. The cloud doesn't get extended, so you can recharge your credit and the Gamecloud does get extended, or you don't and the Gamecloud will be deleted after a few days. Of course, you can also reduce your slot number. Let's say if you only need 18 slots for the next month or for the next 3 days in this case. So you can change this to 30 days if you want. And if you click change, you will only pay €4 for the next 3 days. But of course you don't get a refund. So only do this if you are at the end of the month or at the end of these 3 days and you want to automatically extend your Gamecloud. Right. So I think I covered most things. You can also get special esports servers, which are extremely fast. I don't know how important that is because the servers at G-Portal are awesome. Also for the really big games like ARK. G-Portal only uses the best hardware and you will feel that. We did some absolutely insane stuff on our ARK servers and we never had a problem with bad server performance. So you will have the best performance you can get. And these esports servers are just for professionals, I'd say. You can also get voice servers, which is a special voice cloud. So you can combine that with games in your Gamecloud. This will be a voice cloud for TeamSpeak 3 or Mumble. If you're German, you can also get some creator bundles. That's all German bundles, I think. But yeah, if you know what you get, you can also play them in English, of course. But I think that's all German YouTubers. Yeah, that's about it. If you want to get your own game server, I got a 5% discount for you in the video description for US and for EU. This is the EU page. If you are US, then just type US and you're on the US page. And you, of course, you have to click the 5% discount link for the US servers. And as you can see, I'm in the EU, so they want me to go to G-Portal EU because it would be a bad idea to rent a US server when you're sitting in the EU. That's about it. I hope I covered everything. If you got any questions, feel free to comment and leave a like if the video helped you out. Thanks for watching and see you next time.